Good morning, class. How are you today? Okay, it is great to hear that you are all doing fine. Now may I ask everybody to kindly stand up, and our prayer leader please to kindly lead us a prayer. Amen. Thank you for that wonderful prayer. And before you take your seat, may I ask everyone to kindly check any litters under your chair, and if there are any, kindly pick them up and throw them in the trash can. Okay, thank you very much. You may now take your seat. I'm going to call your last name and kindly say present. Okay, very good. Perfect attendance. I hope you can be able to maintain that perfect attendance up until the end of our semester. Okay? So now I have here a quote. I would like everyone to kindly read it. Okay, thank you. So no matter how hard life is, no matter your problems, no matter what your problems are, no matter how difficult it is, don't forget to smile and be thankful because God woke you up today and every day is a blessing. Once again, good morning, my dear students. Okay, so I have here an image. Tell something about this image. Yes, of course, this is our solar system. And what are these? Yes, very good. These are our planets. Now, may I ask everyone, what planet are you most familiar with? Or aside from Earth, okay, aside from Earth, what planet are you most familiar with aside from Earth? Or what planet catches your attention from this image? Okay, how about the others? Okay, so today we are going to talk about one of the 8 planets in our solar system, which is planet Saturn. We are going to differentiate planet Saturn from other planets, describe the surface feature, atmosphere, orbit, and satellites of planet Saturn, and of course appreciate the unique characteristics of planet Saturn. Okay? So before we in-depthly talked about planet Saturn, I would like you to bring out 1/2 crosswise for our KWL chart. So I would like you to draw this like this table in your 1/2 crosswise. Okay, and you are only to fill 2 columns. The first 2 columns, what I know and what I want to know about planet Saturn, because this last column, what I learned, you are going to fill that up at the end of our lesson. Okay, so is everyone done in the KWL chart? Okay, so if you are done, you may share your answer to your seatmate. And afterwards, I am going to ask for volunteers, or if none, I'm going to call from you to share their sharings about what I know and what I want to know about planet Saturn. Is that clear? May I now ask one volunteer, if there are any volunteers who wants to share their answers? Okay, very good, so go ahead. Okay, last 3. Okay, so thank you very much for all those who shared their thoughts about a planet Saturn. Now let us check if what you wrote on what I know are correct based from this video, which is the overview of planet Saturn. But before that, I would like you to take down notes of these 3 important guideline questions. How is Saturn different from our planet Earth? And where is Saturn located? And the most prominent feature of planet Saturn. So take down notes of these guideline questions, because after watching the video, I'm going to ask this. Okay, so let's watch.
With its gold color and stunning rings, Saturn is quite a planetary gem. Saturn is the 2nd largest of the 8 planets, and it is about 10 times as wide as Earth. Despite its size, Saturn is actually the lightest planet. It is predominantly made of the gases hydrogen and helium, and because of its particular gaseous composition, Saturn is the only planet in the solar system that's less dense than water. If the planet were placed on an enormous ocean, it would be able to float. Saturn's gaseous makeup also means that it has no true surface. At its center, the planet has a dense core of water, ice, and rocky material, but it has no actual landmass. Instead, It's mostly made of gases, liquids, and yellow ammonia crystals that swirl around the planet, creating golden clouds and storms. The largest storm on Saturn is at its north pole. It's over twice the size of Earth and shaped in a near-perfect hexagon. Each of the 6 sides is believed to be the result of jet streams, which all encircle a massive hurricane. Because of Saturn's inhospitable environment, the planet cannot support life, but some of its moons might. Saturn has more than 50 confirmed moons, and each varies in size and terrain. Enceladus, one of Saturn's smallest moons, is covered in ice and only about as wide as the state of Pennsylvania. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is nearly as wide as Canada. Titan is also the only moon in the solar system with clouds and a dense atmosphere. Both Titan and Enceladus have underground oceans that would make them potentially capable of sustaining life. Saturn's moons may also play a role in shaping the planet's signature feature, its rings. Saturn's ring system is the largest and most complex in the entire solar system. The rings are made of icy and rocky remnants from comets, asteroids, and moons. The particles range in size from being as small as dust to as big as mountains. The ring system is divided into 7 groups of rings. Altogether, they are as wide as 4.5 Earths, but only about 2/3 of a mile thick. How the rings are able to stay on track and intact has to do with Saturn's smallest moons. Called shepherding moons, these tiny satellites orbit between the rings, and they seem to use their gravity to shape the ring material into circular paths. Saturn has fascinated scientists and amateur astronomers alike for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks and Romans, who named the planet after their god of agriculture, believed it was a star. It wasn't until the 17th century, after the telescope was invented, that scientists like Galileo Galilei, Christian Huygens, and Giovanni Cassini could take a much closer look. Only then was Saturn's planetary status discovered, and ultimately, its many moons and brilliant rings. Because of its planet-like moons, lightweight composition, and dazzling ring system, Saturn continues to mesmerize us to this day.
So based from the video, how is Saturn different from our planet Earth? How is Saturn different from planet Earth? Who would like to answer? Yes? Okay, exactly. Very good. Planet Saturn is different from planet Earth in terms of its size, in terms of its mass, of course, and in terms of its size. Okay, very good. How about the others? Okay, so thank you very much. Now, where is Saturn located? Where is Saturn located in the solar system? Okay, very good. So it is in the 6th. It is between Jupiter and Uranus. So it is the 6th planet. And what is the most prominent feature of planet Saturn? Exactly, it is its ring. Okay, and there is actually an amazing story in the discovery of planet Saturn because of its ring. So planet Saturn is one of the 5 planets that are visible from Earth even with our naked eye. That is why there are different civilizations who were able to witness planet Saturn. But of course, due to lack of instruments, they were not able to explore planet Saturn up until we have here in 1610, whereas Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei were able to create a telescope and use it for the study of astronomy. Okay, but the fun part is that with the vagueness of its instrument, Galileo actually were not able to see the rings. The first thing that he saw about planet Saturn is that it is, of course, full of shape, and he viewed the ring of planet Saturn as two moons on its side. So this is how Galileo Galilei looked at planet Saturn with the use of his telescope. Observation of Galileo Galilei about planet Saturn with its rings. Then after how many years, he attempted again to view it, and it appears like planet Saturn has ears on its sides. So this is how we perceived now planet Saturn after this observation. And up until we have up until 1569, when a Dutch astronomer named Christian Huygens solved the mystery of Saturn's arms. With the use, of course, of much more advanced technology, he was able to view these arms of the perceived eyes of planet Saturn, or moons of planet Saturn, were actually a ring. So it is Christian Huygens who was able to solve the mystery of the eyes that was observed by Galileo Galilei. So that is how the ring of Saturn was discovered. With the creation of much more advanced technologies, they were able to explore everything about planet Saturn. And I would like you to research on the following features of Saturn. We are going to research Saturn's atmosphere, interior and magnetosphere, surface and rings, then moons of planet Saturn. So you will be grouped into 4, and you are to pick your topic on these features of planet Saturn. Okay, so let us count off from 1 to 4, starting from the back. Okay, so now may I ask everyone to kindly go to your respective groups. Group 1 will stay in row 1. Group 2 is row 2. Group 3, row 3. Group 4, row 4. Okay, does everybody have a group? Okay, so may I ask everyone to kindly choose a representative from that group, from your group, to come and pick up your topic to research and report on. Okay, so what did group 1 picked? Okay, what group 2? Group 3? Okay, so group 4. Now, I am going to give you 15 minutes to research on that. So you have to help one another in order to research everything about that certain feature of planet Saturn. Afterwards, you are going to report it in class. And after every reporting, there will be a question and answer portion. Okay? And may I ask every groups to kindly prepare at least one question for every presenter. Okay, so when group 1 presented, so if group 1 presents, expected that there is a question coming from group 2, from group 3, and from group 4. If there are no questions, then there will be a deduction in your points. Okay, so maximize your time, maximize the 15 minutes, and you may now start in searching. Afterwards, you are going to report it in class. And after every reporting, there will be a question and answer portion. Okay, and may I ask every groups to kindly prepare at least one question for every presenter. Okay, so when group 1 presented, so if group 1 presents, expected that there is a question coming from group 2, from group 3, and from group 4. If there are no questions, then there will be a deduction in your points. Okay, so maximize your time, maximize the 15 minutes, and you may now start in searching. So your 15 minutes starts now. May I ask time's up? May I ask everyone to kindly go now to your respective seats. Okay, now let us proceed already to the first presenter, group 1. kindly present your research output. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 1, for that comprehensive report about Saturn's atmosphere and answer portion. Okay, who would like to question first? Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 1, and for those who ask questions. Let us now proceed to the next presenter, Group 2, please. Very good, Group 2. You were able to detailedly report about Saturn's interior and magnetosphere. Okay? Now let us proceed to the question and answer. Group 1, Group 3, and Group 4, kindly ask now your questions to Group 2. Okay, thank you very much, Group 2, and for everyone who asked questions. Let's now proceed to Group 3. Okay, very good, Group 3, for that comprehensive report on the surface and on the rings of planet Saturn. Okay, so let us now proceed to the question and answer portion. Okay, thank you very much, Group 3, for that report, and also to those who asked questions. Let us now proceed to the last presenter, Group 4, please. Okay, very good, Group 4, for that comprehensive report as well. For 1, 2, and 3 to ask their questions with regards to the report of Group 4. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 4, and for all those who asked questions. Okay, congratulations everyone for a job well done. You were able to detailedly and comprehensively report about the planets, the atmosphere of planet Saturn, its interior, its surface, its rings, and its moons. So thank you for all that. Thank you for reporting. Now, I hope everyone were able to take down notes, important details from the reports of your classmates. And I would just like to emphasize these. I would just like to emphasize, and I would like you to remember these key points about planet Saturn, which are supplementary to what you've reported. So always remember that Saturn is a colossal planet, meaning it is a giant planet. Okay, it is one of the giant planets, and always remember that it's actually the second largest planet in the solar system after Jupiter. Okay, thank you. So it only means that, as you can see in our image here, this is our planet Earth and this is planet Saturn. So planet Earth would feel, at least 9 Earths would feel planet Saturn. Okay, so that is how big planet Saturn is. So next, remember that planet Saturn is in dim light. Why is that? May I ask everyone to please read? Okay, kindly read. Yes, always remember that because it is in the 6th planet, of course, it won't receive much light from our star Sun. There is a short day and long year. Okay, so there is actually short day and long year. Why is there is a short day? Because Saturn only takes about 10.7 hours to rotate. Okay, so rotation and revolution are different. Okay, when we say rotation, we're referring to the rotation of planet Saturn. And when we say revolution, it is when planet Saturn now travels with its orbit around the Sun. Okay, so that is rotation and revolution. So planet Saturn has a short day because it only takes 10 to 7 hours to complete its rotation. Okay, but of course no one knows precisely, but that is the estimated hours of rotation of planet Saturn. So it takes 10.7 hours only for planet Saturn to rotate. Okay, and however, it took 29 Earth years to revolve, to complete its revolution. Why is that? Why do you think planet Saturn? What is one factor that affects the revolution of planet Saturn? Why it spent 29 Earth years? Okay, so Earth only travels for 365 days. 365 days and it already completed its revolution. However, planet Saturn would spend 29 Earth years to travel to revolve around the sun. So what, any guess? So what could be the factor? Yes, okay, one factor is its distance from the sun. Okay, of course, the farther the planet are, the slower they revolve. Okay, and of course, the elliptical orbit of planet Saturn is much more, I'd say, larger, much more bigger compared to our Earth. Okay, so next, always remember that in planet there are short days but really long years. Okay, it is a gas giant. So planet Saturn is a gas giant. Kindly read, yes. Okay, so thank you very much. So when I say gas giant, it actually does not have a true surface, unlike here on Earth that we have a surface. In planet Saturn, there are no surface because, as I said, it is a gas giant. Okay, there are no surface in planet Saturn. Next, hot air. Okay, in planet Saturn, it is actually hot air. And it has hot air, as mentioned by, of course, by the one that reports the atmosphere of planet Saturn. So Saturn's atmosphere is made up of mostly of hydrogen and helium. Imagine hydrogen and helium, and these are actually hot elements when they react. So if you can remember, the nuclear fusion that is going on in our stars is actually the fusion of these elements. Okay, so next we have mini solar system. Why is that? Because planet Saturn has many moons. So it is actually the planet which has a lot of moons. Okay, so there are there are already 53 known planets, but there are 29 who are yet to be discovered or who are yet to be confirmed that existed. With that, we add 29 plus 53, then we have a total of 82 moons. That is why it is called as a mini solar system. Okay, next, it has, of course, glorious rings. It is just the planet who has rings. So when you say, one thing that you can remember planet Saturn is with its glorious rings. Okay, so Saturn is the most spectacular ring system with 7 rings and several gaps and divisions between them. So as you have already, as what group 3 have reported, the ring of planet Saturn has 7 rings and several gaps and divisions between them. So I hope you really listen attentively with the report of group 3 a while ago, because they were able to report these in-depthly the ring of planet Saturn. Next, so we have rare destination. Dahil a few missions, it is actually the rare destination because a few missions have visited Saturn. So we have Pioneer 11 and Voyagers 1 and 2 flew by, but Cassini orbited Saturn 294 times from 2004 to 2017. That is how, because it is really big. It is really a giant. It's really a giant planet. Okay. Next, we have lifeless behemoths. So when we say behemoth, these are actually huge or big sizes. And it is lifeless because there are no life that exists in planet Saturn. As we have said, there is actually no surface, so how can life exist there? So Saturn cannot support life as we know it, yes? But some of Saturn's moons have conditions that might support life. So that is what's surprising about Saturn. So Saturn itself is actually cannot support life. However, because it contains a lot of moons, there is the possibility that some of Saturn's moon can support life. Okay, so next, so add a dash of Earth. Can you read? Okay, so that is because about 2 tons of Saturn's mass came from Earth. Okay, and that 2 tons of Saturn's mass is actually the Cassini spacecraft, which was intentionally vaporized in Saturn's atmosphere in 2017, adding now, of course, to the mass of Saturn. That is why it said that at the dash of Earth. Okay? That is the important things that you must remember about planet Saturn. Okay, so now let us go back to your KWL chart. May I ask everyone to bring up your KWL chart and now fill up the third column, what I learned. Okay, kindly fill them up. If you are done, kindly pass your papers in front now. Okay, I am going to check this and I'm going to return this in our next meeting. Okay, so now I would like you to create a hashtag for today with the help of your seatmate. Okay, so what is your hashtag? I would like to share first. How about the others? Yes. Okay, so I hope you won't be able to forget our lesson for today. May I ask? So you are to create a model of planet Saturn and you are to submit that at the end of this month. Okay, so the groups that you had in the reporting a while ago, that will be your group in creating that model. Okay, so may I ask now everybody to stand up for a closing prayer. Prayer leader, please. Okay, so amen. Thank you for that. Thank you guys for your active participation for today. Okay, goodbye class.